coming up on LA This Week.
We're constantly getting phone calls from people in our community who haven't received their stimulus checks yet. We have about $50,000 in gift cards for Super King Market to help the people.
Talk about unsung heroes. While everybody else is in their house, these men and women are out working.
You don't know what you got till it's gone.
1968, Joni Mitchell bought a house about a block from here on Lookout Mountain.
Hello everyone, I'm Maria Hall Brown. Here's what's happening in LA this week. Channel 35 and the City of LA are here to keep you up to date on the latest developments on the coronavirus. Mayor Eric Garcetti is holding daily briefings with the latest information for all Angelenos. Video streams are available at lacityview.org/live, as well as facebook.com/mayor of LA. On the internet, the best resources are publichealth.lacounty.gov and coronavirus.lacity.org. Stay informed. Sign up for Notify LA to receive emergency alerts. Simply text your zip code to 888-777 to sign up. Find out more at emergency.lacity.org. For victims of domestic violence, being confined at home with an abuser can be as dangerous as being outdoors, risking exposure to the coronavirus. In recognition of that no-win situation, City Attorney Mike Feuer and LA County District Attorney Jackie Lacey have jointly launched the Behind Closed Doors campaign to let victims in crisis know that they are not alone.
Today, I'm here with DA Lacey to announce our Behind Closed Doors campaign. We know that staying at home means that victims of domestic violence are often trapped in those locations.
The isolation of our stay-at-home orders can mask incidents of domestic violence taking place behind closed doors.
There's been a 13% reduction in reports of domestic violence. I'm very concerned that this is not the consequence of less abuse happening, but rather the consequence of less reporting happening. There's been a 47% drop in reported physical child abuse and a 67% drop in reported sexual child abuse.
With stay-at-home orders in place, victims may not come in contact with the people who once were mandated to help them. Traditionally, we have depended upon teachers, medical professionals, and others in our community to report these crimes when their victims cannot, or more often than not, will not.
The public will be on the front lines in this effort. Neighbors, delivery personnel, plumbers, electricians, repair people, workers, gardeners. If you see something that appears not to be right, please say something.
I'm asking all of you to step up and share your suspicions with law enforcement.
Grocers throughout Los Angeles are going to be posting notices that make people who come to stores aware of the resources available to them. Those are locations, among the few locations, where people who otherwise are trapped in abusive relationships might be able to leave the home, come to these places, and we're very proud to have partnered with our grocers.
It's just the latest effort to apply new and innovative ways to protect the residents of Los Angeles County from crime during this pandemic.
Council President Nuri Martinez was joined by Councilwoman Monica Rodriguez and LA County Supervisor Hilda Solis for Denim Day, a yearly event when people are encouraged to wear jeans to raise awareness of rape and sexual assault. Take a look.
Italian Supreme Court justices overturned a rape conviction, ruling that since the victim was wearing jeans, she must have been able to help the man remove her jeans to rape her. In other words, she was actually providing consent.
Denim Day started right here 21 years ago, and people are participating even during COVID-19 around the world virtually. We've been hosting Denim Days all over the world for 21 years, and that's because, starting as a grassroots campaign, it has caught on because the issue of preventing sexual assault and domestic violence is so important for the health of our city, our county, our state, our country, and the world.
We stand here today in front of the Los Angeles City Hall, the People's Building, to reiterate enough is enough.
We're in a pandemic, but we know that there's an epidemic of sexual violence and domestic violence, and we are not going to ignore it.
The Safer at Home order is a necessary response in working to protect LA County residents. However, there are those who are not safer at home because of sexual violence.
We know that we are experiencing a severe increase in the amount of victims that are experiencing domestic violence.
Literally, for them, being safer at home is not really a reality.
There are homes where the cycle of violence is happening right now as we speak. I'm inspired every day by the fact that we are making progress. We are getting there.
Businesses and sponsors in Council District 12 formed a Helping Hand grocery program to support families during the Safer at Home order. Councilmember John Lee was happily on hand to distribute the much-needed gift cards.
Today we have about $50,000 in gift cards for Super King Market to help the people that you see behind you in line. We found that so many families are in need. We're constantly getting phone calls from people in our community who haven't received their stimulus checks yet, who've lost their jobs, and are really fighting to get food on their table for their families. And so we partner with Super King Market and Change Reaction organization to raise money so that we can handle gift cards in $300 increments to truly help these families get food on their table.
I got this great help for getting some extra money to help feed us. Some extra gift card for a grocery store. It's gonna be big help, actually.
Right now we're having an overall the pandemic and coronavirus, and this is really help.
Makes you feel a lot better that their community is looking out for the people in the community. So it means a lot. I'm sure there's a lot of people out here that could really use this. I myself could use it. It's wonderful that this is happening.
John Lee's office is, doing a great thing by giving out some assistance.
We're going to make sure that it remains safe, and as they come around, it's as simple as that. Check their name off the box, hand them the card.
The COVID-19 pandemic has brought renewed focus on the countless critical workers needed to keep a city like Los Angeles running. Councilmember Herb Wesson rose early to give out PPE and offer thanks to the unsung workers of the LA Sanitation Department.
Guys, appreciate you. You're the glue that keeps the city together. When you hear talk about unsung heroes, while everybody else is in their house, these men and women are out working. Just want to come out and show support for the workers that keep the city together. Yesterday was my trash day, and I had a conversation with my driver, and I decided after he left that I was going to surprise him, come down here and deliver masks to the workers. These are great people. They're working hard. Sometimes you need to let people know how much you appreciate the work they do, and I wanted to bring them some additional supplies to help keep them safe.
We have to show up here and look out for the community. We hope the community appreciate us, what we do. Sometimes it's kind of rough out here on these streets out here. And we don't get the compliments that we should. It's okay, but we work with it.
But now they realizing because more people is at home, so they cleaning out garages, it's more trash, they spring cleaning, and that just make our day longer, but we not complaining. We showing up, we picking it up, and we gonna be okay.
These are the perfect definition of essential workers, so whatever they need, they have an ally in me, and I'm gonna do what I can to get them the supplies so that they feel safe.
Several communities in Council District 7 have answered the call to help their neighbors during this difficult time. And Councilwoman Monica Rodriguez made a point to acknowledge that outpouring of support during a recent volunteer appreciation event.
This has been a very exciting day. This has been our Friday drive-through pantry. I think about 1,000 cars have come through. We've served about 1,000 families with fresh produce that's been donated by organizations like LA Valley Regional Food Bank, Food Forward, Children's Hunger Fund, and a number of other organizations. They've been very generous giving us produce, which is boxed up by volunteers, and then cars drive through and are given a box of fresh produce. North Valley Caring Services is really a volunteer-driven organization. We're very unusual. We actually have very few staff members compared to the number of volunteers. They're volunteers from the community, and they're here to help the community improve and even get better.
This week, it's Volunteer Appreciation Week. And through the course of the pandemic, we've seen that we can't survive without our volunteers. They have made it virtually possible for us to meet the needs of so many families in our community, and I'm here to celebrate them and show them the gratitude that they are deserving of, because we wouldn't be able to support families without their help.
Mayor Eric Garcetti expands the Senior Meals Program. Mitch O'Farrell helps Angelenos understand unemployment benefits. And Curran Price wants renters to know their rights. All this and more up next on this week's City Beat.
Councilmember Curran Price will present a live stream called Renters' Rights and Eviction Protections During the COVID-19 Crisis. The Facebook live stream plans to address the most common questions from tenants regarding rent. Due to the pandemic, many are suffering from issues such as loss of work, and renters deserve answers about their living accommodations. The Renters' Rights live stream will be done in collaboration with the LA Housing and Community Investment Department. The pandemic is causing layoffs, furloughs, and reduced hours of work all across Southern California. So Councilmember Mitch O'Farrell is helping deliver answers about unemployment benefits. He has joined forces with the city's Economic and Workforce Development Department's Rapid Response Team for a free virtual orientation. This free information session will provide details on how to access unemployment services and resources as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Stress is high during these times, so know your unemployment rights and let the city help you. LA will begin using local restaurants to provide food for its emergency senior meal program. The program will provide people who are 65 and older who have low incomes with 10 meals per week. The services will be handled by taxi drivers, giving them and restaurants the help they could use. The city had recently expanded the senior meal program from 5,000 people to 12,000 people.
Call us, because odds are if you live alone or with a partner alone, you'll qualify. It's not for 100% of seniors. You have to be under a certain income amount, but it's 600% of the federal poverty level. So there are a lot of folks that will qualify.
The iconic Amoeba Music, the world's largest independent record store, will not reopen its Sunset Boulevard location due to COVID-19. Management says they do hope to open in a new Hollywood Boulevard location sooner than expected in the fall. The previous location will be used for a planned housing development. Amoeba's previous location, at the corner of Sunset and Cahuenga, has been closed since mid-March due to the Safer at Home order.
Since the outbreak of COVID-19, city officials have been working hard to bring economic relief to Angelenos. But for some residents, the help they need isn't coming fast enough. They took to City Hall to voice their concerns regarding the city's rent and mortgage moratorium. Take a look.
We're out here today because now we are on day 30 of a rent strike. We started our rent strike on April 1st. We've seen a severe loss in jobs, and so people are having to choose to pay food over rent, just for basic survival. We don't need a 12-month repayment plan. It's great that we have postponement of evictions, but eventually we're still obligated for that rent, and we're not going to be able to pay it. We can't go back to work. If we get our jobs back, it may not be full-time. How are we going to pay our regular rents plus our back rent? We need rent cancellation, and we need it now.
Ahorita no tenemos
para la renta, ¿verdad? Entonces nosotros lo que queremos es que los dueños se toquen el corazón, que ellos tienen dinero ahorita, ellos pueden esperarnos a nosotros, pero nosotros no tenemos dinero. Como si usted va a mi casa está vacía, yo no tengo comida, mi niña me pide comida y yo no tengo ahorita.
Cuando se levante toda esta situación, no sabemos si vamos a tener trabajo todavía. Entonces, no queremos que se nos quede una deuda atrasada, que si ahorita es difícil pagar una renta, ¿cómo vamos a pagar en mensualidades o en pequeñas cuotas la cantidad que vamos a deber en este momento?
I think we all know someone that's struggling right now, so even if it's not affecting you directly, you have family, you have friends, you have neighbors that are being impacted by this, and if you want to stand with them, you want to support them, this is one way that you can do it, and it's something that we can all do. Stand with people who can't pay their rent, because those people are the ones that need our support right now.
Recently, Mayor Garcetti announced that free COVID-19 testing would be available to anyone who wanted one, whether they had symptoms or not. We visited a testing site that has been in Boyle Heights for weeks. Their mission? To make sure no community is forgotten.
One of the areas, especially the area that we're here in around Pennsylvania, near the Mariachi Plaza, is one of the most underserved areas for testing. Here in the LA County, we're having evaluation centers where you can actually come and be tested and have an evaluation from a medical doctor or facilitator. That way your questions will be answered, plus you will be tested, and we are here to help the community.
So a lot of our community didn't realize that Ultimate was here and we're available for the services for them. We've been giving them free care when they're here. We're also giving them information that's vital for them for their care in the future, not just for today.
AT&T's connectivity right now is considered essential with our mobile phones, our Wi-Fi, our TV services, and we're servicing customers like the people that are here today. So it's important that AT&T offers solutions to companies like Ultimed, but also that we're here in the community. We're here in the community helping people that need help today. All these tests have to be sent through Wi-Fi to the testing. That's being done because of the mobile unit that we provide the connectivity for this particular location.
In general, this area that we're serving right now has been very, very hard hit by the coronavirus 19 in the economical part of it and the medical part of it. And one of the important things to reopen the economy, to reopen the services, to make sure that the community is getting the health services that they need, is we need testing and evaluation. And that's why here with Ultimate, we're doing that.
We'll ask them questions, we evaluate them through the doctor, and then give them a COVID test. It usually takes 5 business days for the results.
We're here for you. We care about the community. We care about everybody here. We want everybody to be safe.
Take one fun-loving music teacher, add in some great acoustic tunes, sprinkle in some good social distancing practices, and voila, you've got yourself a Saturday night porch concert.
It's frustrating being on quarantine, and especially if you're a musician and your life is performing, and we don't have many opportunities to perform now, or hardly any. So so many people are out on their porches, and what we've also done is I have limited personnel that I can use in a band. So my 13-year-old daughter is playing with me, and she's gotten really good because this is her 4th gig. She plays a gig every Saturday now. Amazing people have come from Laurel Canyon, and this is just a continuation of that, where everybody who has a musical gift comes out on the porch at 7 o'clock on Saturdays.
The fact that now with the lockdown, it's an opportunity for him to play for people and give them something to appreciate at the weekend. It's really hard when you can't listen to live music, and the fact that we have this extraordinary situation where we have all these neighbours who are musicians.
It's quite an experience, because it's all of your friends right outside next to you.
To be honest, it's the highlight of the entire week. I mean, all we do is go to the grocery store, walk the dog. So coming here just feels like a party. It feels like old times.
I mean, it's been wonderful. It's been so great. And, everybody's being safe. Everyone has their mask.
We're all dying to play, and this is a way to do it in a safe way And I think that the Canyon is all about being together, and since we have to be apart, we're trying to be together but still being apart.
The Safer at Home order has afforded most of us the time to finally get to the book we've been meaning to read. But many Angelenos don't have a couch to curl up on, much less a good book to dive into. But fear not, because the LA Public Library is coming to the rescue.
So the Los Angeles Public Library unfortunately had to close like most other institutions in the city. So the Street Fleet program, which is our van right behind me there, we have a fleet of 3 Street Fleet vans that are going to cover the city of LA. And these vans are designed to bring the library to people.
We have some shelters, some COVID shelters. They have people that would like to read. We're bringing the library to them. We're bringing them books so that they can have something to read while they're in quarantine.
So these are shelters that were not in existence prior to the pandemic that are housing unhoused residents of LA during the COVID-19 pandemic. We cannot check out books the library is going to take back at this time. So any books that we are giving out are for the residents to keep.
They're books that we've had on our shelves that we have weeded out. They've been replaced by other books and we're donating them.
This van here, this green one, is going to cover the downtown area, Northeast LA, and the Hollywood region.
The orange van, which is a pumpkin orange, it'll be in the San Fernando Valley, east and west. And then we have another team that will be in the magenta van, and they're going to be in the central southern. It's changing the face of the way that not just the LAPL does business, but libraries across the world are going to do business. We're going to have to look at more digital content and more of the way that we want to reach people, because we are not, people laugh at me because I say we are no longer just the house of books. We are technology driven too. And I think that that's part of what this is doing, is it's bringing it to the forefront.
The library is also providing other services from the librarians who are staying at home. So you'll see children's librarians providing online story times, adult librarians providing online programs as well.
Hi everyone, welcome to Mini Digital Storytime, Day 6.
Hello everyone, hopefully you can hear me. I am today going to show you how to access our e-media with your phones.
The library is continuing to try to engage with the community so that they know that we're still here for them.
We're the Street Fleet. Look for the vans. We're going to be out. If you see us, wave, take our picture, hashtag us, put it on social media. We can't wait to be a part of everything.
The greatest challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic are twofold: how to mobilize resources and services, and then get them to the people who need them the most. Well, there's one city agency that has long been regarded as expert on the subject: the Los Angeles Fire Department.
I'm extremely proud of the Los Angeles City Fire Department's flexibility and dedication to our mission to save lives during this COVID-19 pandemic. Navigating our new normal while keeping the public and our firefighters safe are the reasons why we continue to adjust our operational policies and procedures. It's been a long journey, with the coronavirus pandemic accelerating its implementation. So I'm very pleased to say that we launched our telemedicine program this week.
I'm looking at you. Your skin color looks real great.
It's innovative and timely. The LAFD Telemedicine program, or LTP, connects 911 callers with specifically trained emergency physicians and EMS advanced providers at Metropolitan Fire Communications, or MFC. LTP's goals are to decrease the exposure of the department's firefighters and paramedics to potentially infected patients, decrease the exposure of healthcare professionals to additional COVID-19 patients, lower emergency room overcrowding, decrease the number of ambulances dispatched to non-emergency patients who can safely treat themselves, and enable highly trained healthcare professionals to evaluate patients via smartphones in their homes. Thanks to the Mayor's Innovation Fund, the telemedicine program has evolved to provide an additional layer of response to protect all involved.
The COVID-19 pandemic is really the catalyst to implement this program
to allow us to provide expert medical treatment and advice through specially trained physicians and advanced providers to patients in their home and minimize the need for ambulance dispatch and transport to the emergency department for low acuity patients.
Okay, sir, and what is the address of the emergency?
Here's how the telemedicine program works. After a call is received, an LAFD dispatcher will ask a series of questions to determine if the patient is low acuity, non-urgent, and if the caller qualifies for telemedicine.
Please stay on the phone, sir. I'm going to transfer you to our fire department advanced provider.
When a caller meets the criteria, the dispatcher transfers them to a telemedicine provider or TP.
And are you taking any medications right now?
If the TP decides to proceed virtually, he or she will send a link to the caller's smartphone.
We're connecting via telemedicine to see if we can, figure out what we can do for you.
After a thorough evaluation, the TP either will provide self-treatment advice or send an ALS or BLS resource if it turns out the patient does need to be seen in an emergency room.
Can I have you take a deep breath and then count to 30 as fast as you can in that single breath?
If the LAFD transport isn't necessary, the TP can dispatch a taxi prepaid by the city to take the patient to a local health clinic. For example, through telemedicine, the TP can handle a simple skin rash complaint instead of dispatching an ambulance to transport to an ER, putting LAFD members and the patient at risk of infectious diseases like coronavirus.
I have no doubt that the telemedicine program will continue to exist long after we get through this pandemic and far, far into the future.
We'll be taking a look at more ways the fire department keeps Los Angeles moving forward, safely and swiftly in the coming weeks. Enjoy the Los Angeles Chamber Orchestra at home. Volunteers with sewing skills wanted. And former First Lady Michelle Obama brings story time to Mondays. All this next on Virtual Things to Do. The So Helpful Brigade is seeking to create 30,000 cloth face masks for frontline healthcare workers in Los Angeles, and they are calling for additional volunteers to help in the effort. The group, formed by 5 professional local women, is working with retailers and donors, such as Joann's Fabric, Michael's Stores, and Raw Artists, Inc. According to the group, it has already been able to provide cloth masks to Children's Hospital Los Angeles, Totally Kids, the Long Beach Medical Center, and other healthcare facilities in Los Angeles. Hand-sewn cloth masks preserve medical-grade mask lifespans. To get involved, contact Anna at sohelpfulteam@gmail.com. Check out the Los Angeles Chamber Orchestra's massive musical offering with LA Chamber Orchestra at Home. LACO allows people everywhere to engage and listen to spellbinding performances with America's finest chamber orchestra. No subscription, sign-up, or payment required. It is easier than ever by exploring their easily navigated website. All broadcasts can be live streamed at laco.org/broadcasts or streamed on demand at laco.org/on-demand. Check out classes, performances, and more with Meet the Music on Demand. Visit laco.org. Former First Lady Michelle Obama is on board for a special collaboration. In support of Penguin Random House Literacy Initiative, Read Together, Be Together, and PBS Kids Read Along effort, the former First Lady will launch Mondays with Michelle Obama. The initiative is a 4-week series of videos that will feature Mrs. Obama reading aloud from beloved children's books, one book every Monday through May 11th. Mondays with Michelle Obama will be live streamed simultaneously on PBS Kids' Facebook page and YouTube channel, and on Penguin Random House's Facebook page. Mondays with Michelle Obama begins April 20th. For more information, visit pbs.org. And that's a look at some virtual things to do. With temperatures rising, our pals at LA Animal Services have some tips to help keep pets cool. Never leave your pet alone in a vehicle. Give your pet extra water. Avoid hot surfaces. Don't leave your pet outdoors for a long time. And know the signs of overheating. For more information, visit laanimalservices.com. That's it for this edition. I'm Maria Hall Brown. From all of us here at LA This Week, thanks for joining us. See you next time for more LA This Week.